there, folks. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Pleasure to see you, as always. Hope we're all doing good. Got another 4 games that we need to go through today over in France. We're going to do that very, very shortly. Also, if anyone took the double for yesterday's games, well done to you. Admittingly, not as easy as I thought it was going to be, but we still managed to get the win nonetheless. That's all that matters. Happy days. Like the video for me. Get yourself subscribed if you're not. Still getting closer to 500. I appreciate those who have been subscribing, and obviously those who have been subscribed for however long that you have. So do me a favour, do yourself the favour, and we'll just talk about these games, innit? Talk about some tennis. Who do we start with? I'll tell you what, we'll take it from the top, innit? First off, we've got Boo and Felix Auger-Aliassime. I've been looking forward to this one. Call it 1.3 for Felix Auger-Aliassime. Straight off the bat, I don't know how much I trust him, which, I feel like I'm just stating the obvious there, but I do mean it. He is a big favourite, and I say it all the time, and it's only fitting that I say it once more. 1.3, 1.4, like Felix being this much of a favourite, this is exactly the price that you have to pay for him to just kill your fucking parlay off. I've seen it happen too many times. It's happened to me personally too many times as well. He's always a big favourite. It's always the games where you go, yeah, realistically, he should just win. If he turns up, he'll win. Boo, as we've mentioned, he's won 2 of his last 5. I'm not going to go on about the results. We've touched on them in previous videos. I still find myself going back to that Australian Open draw that he got. He got gifted such a layup and got absolutely spanked. Straight sets by Habib. He did look a lot better against Daniel Altmaier, but it's like what you'd expect. We kind of expected that. He did win in straight sets. And more importantly, he ended up beating Constant Lestienne in straight sets. And now, look, you'd look at the results and he looked really good. He did look really good, but Constant Lestienne, I don't know what was going on with that, because the games he'd played leading up to that, he'd looked fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And he just, I don't know, I don't know whether it was just me, Constant Lestienne looked fucking goosed. It weren't the same Frenchman as the previous games. That's all I can tell you. Bottom line, it's good shit from Boo. It looks really good. He looks tough to beat. He's only offered barely any break points. I think he offered 2 and saved 2 against Daniel Altmaier, and then just the one against Lestienne. So tough to break. You'd fancy him to hang in there against Felix, wouldn't you? He's won 4 of his last 5. Did win the title in Adelaide a couple of weeks ago. Beat Sebastian Korda in the final, for those that remember that. 3 sets. I think that makes it his 6th title now. Yeah, that's number 6. He did beat Artixo, which we imagined he would. He did come back from 5-2. Well, he was down 5-2 in the tie-break in the second set. Ended up coming back somehow, getting it done in straights. I tilt me cap to that. Well done to you, Felix. It's a rough one, innit? Because we say it all the time. We know if he turns up on his day, he beats Boo. He definitely beats Boo, doesn't he? But that's exactly what I say every time. And then he just gets beat. But before we fucking, completely write Felix Auger-Aliassime off, let me just mention this. Look, that game against Davidovich Fokina, that was unforgivable, what he done there. I still can't get over that. But leading up to that, he was fantastic. He was on one hell of a streak. Let me just remind you, Taylor Fritz, Artixo, Marcus Garon, Tommy Paul, Sebastian Korda, Struff, Davidovich Fokina, and then he's just beat Cazot again. Am I going to say, is it just a blip? Is that just a one-off? I'm not too sure. I don't fancy putting any cash on him at such a big price like that. Boo, although he has looked good in his previous 2, Daniel Altmaier, you're not getting much from him on the hard court, and same with Constant Lestienne. Apart from his 2 games leading up to it, he looked horrendous. He looked so bad in that. before running into them two, Boo was really, really struggling, weren't he? I think the spread's 3.5, 4.5 maybe. I couldn't talk it off it. I don't want to bet on Felix to win this one, although he most certainly should be doing so. Boo plus the 4.5. If you've got to, maybe, I don't know. I think he can hang in there. I think he can hang in and keep it close. I'd much rather take Boo plus the points than Felix just to win it outright. So do with that what you will. Next one, this one's going to be quick. So we've got Greek sport, Jesper de Jong. Now, I was very, very right to be concerned about Flavio Caboli, wasn't I? And I had a feeling I knew he'd get beat. Pretty sure, you don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure I said just take de Jong for the set. It was the logical reason, weren't it? Although I am convinced Flavio Caboli is still not 100%, so it's not all his fault really. De Jong was lucky to get that fucking walkover against Quinton Hallis. Well, Hallis retired after the first set, and he did look good against Caboli as well. You know, he looked decent in the first set, and he looked just as good in the second. Talent Greek sport, although he got it done for us, so well done to you. But was it just me? I can't be the only one that did not like what I seen against Richard Gasquet at all. I just didn't like it. It looked like, well, especially into the second set and pretty much a lot through the third, it looked like he was starting to unravel. It looked like he was beginning to unravel, and if I'm being honest, I feel like if that was anyone with a little bit more gas in the tank other than Richard Gasquet, that would have been curtains. It would have been curtains for Greek sport, it really would have done. I'm slightly concerned. But he's 1.3, I forgot to mention that. He's 1.3, massive favourite. I don't think these have played each other before, they are countrymen. So, whether they'd be familiar with each other's game, I'm not too sure. I imagine they know each other. This is another one. This is just the exact same with the Felix Auger-Aliassime pick. I just don't feel comfortable betting on Talent Greek sport at 1.3. Just like based on what I've seen today, I got him around 1.4 against Gasquet, and he's even a bigger favourite now. I don't like it. I just don't like it at all. Once again, I'd probably just take Jesper de Jong just for the set, at least to keep it close. If Richard Gasquet is going to cause him that much trouble, and I'm not taking anything away from the Frenchman, but you know what I mean. If you're going to struggle that much, and I didn't expect him to, if you're going to struggle that much, I can't help but figure that you're going to struggle just a little bit more against someone who's a bit younger and a bit more explosive. So, once again, I'll be taking de Jong for the set if I had to pick anything on that. We've got two more, so I'll probably have a go on there. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what to do on this one, but actually, you know what? While it's not here, so Basilashvili has literally just beat Artur Rinderknech about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. He's going to be playing Rublev. There's currently no odds or anything for it, so even if there was, I'm not too sure what I'd be doing anyway. I still don't trust Andrei Rublev. Basilashvili still looks good. He still looks good. You know, he's just bageled Artur Rinderknech in the first set. Beat him in the tiebreak in the second. I don't know who's going to stop him. I always say that if a players give you no reason to bet against them, then don't. And he's one of them. No reason for me to go against Basilashvili, even if he is playing Andrei Rublev, and even if Rublev did beat Eubanks. Sort of a given that he was going to do that. If he gets past the Georgian, which he probably should, and probably will, definitely can. Look, it's Andrei Rublev in it. Come on, if it's the Rublev we know, there's no question about it. He definitely wins this game, but you can't deny the form of Nicholas Basilashvili. He's been fisting everybody, and he'll fancy himself. I imagine Rublev will be quite a big favourite in this one, around 1.2, something like that, 1.2, 1.3. If you can get Basilashvili around 3.5, 4.5, I'd probably lean towards that. I'm guessing. Like I said, there's nothing, but if I had to guess, I'd say I weren't too far off there. And then, wrapping us up, we've got probably the most interesting one of the day, in my opinion. Alexander Bublik, Alexander Kovacevic, Alexander squared. Never played each other before. Bublik, slight favourite, 1.7. 1.7, call it that. He did beat Dominic Kepfer, fair play to him. I thought Kepfer would have been able to take at least a set, but now he got done 6-4. 6-2, fair play to Bublik there. He needs a win. He needs a win. This is what's concerning me about this game as well, because as we mentioned, he's won this tournament, 3 times before? Or twice? I think it was twice. Um, Look, my point being, he's familiar. He's more than familiar with this court. On his day, he should be beating someone like Dominic Kepfer. It shouldn't have even been a question that we were doubting him, really, but he's been well off the pace, hasn't he? He's been well off the boil for quite some time now. 2 wins in his last 10. We've already touched on some of the losses. Look, it was the hard court, and we knew he was going to get battered by Francisco Cerundolo, and he did in straight sets. You know, that's the sort of state he's currently in. He does need to start winning. You know, when he's firing, when he's on his game, cemented top 50 player. You can't argue with that. Probably even a lot higher. You know, I've seen him beat some really good opponents over the years. Seen him play some really solid tennis. His save used to be so fucking good, especially on courts like this. It just ricochets. It just bounces off. I used to think it was going to come through the screen. But with all that being said, how good has Alexander Kovacevic been? Not only just the past couple of days, how good has he been? Like, pretty much since the season started. 1 loss in his last 10. I imagine that was due to fatigue. He just won a title and then got through to the second round of another one straight after. Hasn't lost the game since. Carreño busted David Goffin, and then he smoked Jim Belushi today, didn't he? Straight sets. I've seen a lot of doubt around Kovacevic today as well. A lot of people taking Belushi, you know, for the set plus the points. I don't blame it. He looked really good in his first game, but you know, probably it's easy to say after the fact, innit? But whilst watching it, and even after watching it, there was never really a point in that game where Kovacevic was not in control or struggling with that. And Bellucci's good, big save, a lot of power, lefty as well. I feel like Bublik's going to bring the power 100%. As far as the movement goes, I can't see it. Like, I can see it now. That Bublik movement. Kovacevic has been playing out of his skin. He's just putting every shot in. He's not hitting the shot wrong. And it doesn't matter what it is, forehand, backhand, fucking drop shot, you name it. Serving bombs, saves on point as well. I said it for one of the other games. I think it was for the Basilis-Philly match, and I'm going to say it again for this. There is no reason for me to bet against Alexander Kovacevic the way he's playing at the moment. There's really not. And you know, I said that in the Bellucci match, I had a feeling he'd win. I took him just for the set, but he won quite comfortably in the end. It was the form that really decided it, weren't it? Because the two of them were really good. I mean, on paper they were very evenly matched. For the majority of the game, they were very evenly matched too. But I feel like the form stood out. It really did. He's playing really well. He's he's found something, and I don't know what it is, but he looks really good. He's playing just a solid, overall consistent game, well-rounded tennis, and I'll be damned if I'm going to go against that just for the sake of rankings or for the sake of bookies telling me who should be winning and who shouldn't. So I feel like with that being said, I'm going to go with Alexander Kovacevic. I'm going to, yeah, fuck it. That's it. That's the only one I'm going for today. I mean, you could probably make a parlay out of most of these. You could probably parlay all 4 of these, actually. I don't know. What would you do? Field? No. Boo. Leave it. I'm going with Kovacevic. I've made my decision and I'm not going back on it. I don't think Bublik beats him. I don't. I really don't. I'd be surprised if he does. So, while Kovacevic is a dog, I'm going to have to take him. I'm going to have to take him here. He's been playing better. He's been better form, playing better. I think he'll be able to navigate the court better. as soon as he can wrap around that serve, it's curtains. It's curtains. It really is. I think Kovacevic is going to be just a little bit too much for Bublik on the day, and that's what I'm going for. Sound. Right then, that's it, innit? Let's wrap this shit up. Appreciate you stopping by, as always. Appreciate you taking the time to watch. Like and subscribe. So we nearly have 500. I was saying the other day, we're now going to start doing a lot of watch alongs once I hit 500. So I'm looking forward to that. You should too. Take it easy. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. I'll be saying good night to you. Let's go get that cash again today. Enjoy the tennis. See you tomorrow.